Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and we are chasing $2. We've had a nice rise. We've pulled back a little bit, and FX Street have come out and said, the top three price predictions for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. BTC struggles while ETH dominates and XRP pursues $2. So what we're talking about here, what FX Street are talking about here, is how Bitcoin is currently, sort of plateauing and struggling a little bit. Ethereum has had a massive gain over the last 6 weeks, and XRP price presents a high probability entry price for traders. So over here in FX Street, they're talking about where Bitcoin is at, where Ethereum is at, and where XRP is going. And so XRP, for me, at the moment, where we're going, I think $1.96 to 208. And then move forward beyond into the 316 range is all coming, and it's all coming together very, very nicely. I've got some great news to give you as well today in regards to what has happened and what the judge has said. So strap yourselves in. Let's get right into this. So this is sort of the pattern that I see. It's very nice and clean. I like what this gentleman has mentioned on Twitter. So for me personally, let's just zoom in. We broke out. We're retesting that right now, so we will be retesting. That particular thing, and then from there we will push forward and push towards 260. I think will be the first stop. So we're about another 45% to go from where we are right now. So it's going to be very, very, very exciting to get into that price range. And then again, so from a formation point of view on XRP versus the entire crypto market cap, this is where we are right now. Once we cross over here and once we push out of this and we're actually trending as an altcoin, we're trending above the entire market cap, that's when it gets really, really exciting. So we're beating, we are ahead of Bitcoin at the moment. We're outperforming Bitcoin, but once you start outperforming the entire crypto market, that's when it starts to get really, 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 really exciting. So $2.30 is coming. This is the formation. This is what's currently going on at the moment. So 230, push forward and push forward really, really high. And that is provided that we don't have a surprise from the SEC once they do have that internal meeting. Because if they say, look, we want to open up discussions of settlement, are we ready to kick off? For those of you that haven't been around for a while, if you're new to XRP, I want to show you this, which is really, really important. What is XRP? Why are people talking about it going to $10, $100, $1,000 in the future? This is why. B2B payments, bridge currency, a store of value, it's a medium of exchange, sourcing global liquidity, instant liquidity, micropayment, smart contract, instant cross-border settlements, and a security FX settlement system. We've got, from an ecosystem point of view, this is how involved the XRP system is in all these different areas with all the different partnerships and different companies that are involved utilizing already the XRP Ripple token. So it's going to be really, really cool to watch that evolve over the next couple of years. And not to mention, Flare is only now maybe 2 months away. So for those of you that held XRP during December, you're going to get Flare tokens 1-to-1 ratio. And those of you that haven't heard of Flare, we're going to be covering that during the weekend. I'm going to be covering off what is Flare, how it's all going to impact, and how it's going to set XRP into overdrive. Over here, we got a cup and handle. Now, some of you have come back across TikTok, Instagram, and all that, and they've asked me, like, hey, what's a cup and handle? It's exactly the way it sounds. It's like a teacup and its handle. And that is a pattern in the Forex world of a bullish signal ready to kick off. In short terms, that's what it is. It's exactly the way it sounds. It's a teacup and its handle. That is a formation for bullish. If this was in reverse, then that would be a bearish signal. Now, this is where it gets interesting. This is where you need to sit down and take a good look at this, because the judge has come back on its discovery ruling, and it's exactly like somebody sitting down and getting a 5-finger slap. That's exactly what the SEC have received. So the judges come out and said the SEC must produce communication with third parties, including external agencies and market participants, subject to a privilege assertion. The SEC needs to produce informal intra-agency communications such as emails, communications, and need to be searched or logged. Intra-agency memoranda or formal position papers discussing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP must be searched for and produced subject to privilege assertion. Examples of such documents include division reports, final reports of internal working groups, or formal position papers submitted to the commissioners. Although such documents may ultimately be privileged, information that would be provided on a privilege log, such as dates and participants, may itself be relevant and is discoverable. That line there is massive, because even if they try to be sneaky and say, no, this is private information, you guys cannot have this, she has gone further and said it may itself be relevant and is discoverable. I mean, it is phenomenal. Any documents withheld on the basis of privilege must be identified on a privilege log. The court directs the parties to continue to meet and confer on the remaining issues presented in their letters. Respectfully, the clerk of court. It is phenomenal. I mean, this could not have gone better, because from here, the SEC has two options: hand over everything, make it public knowledge, which I really don't think they want to do, or settle. And so you know what I've been going through, you know what I've been banging on about. I've been banging on about a settlement happening since literally the channel started. It is the logical solution for the SEC, or be completely embarrassed in court when they lose. For me, I think we are days, weeks away from a settlement happening. Once the settlement happens, we are in for a massive bull run with XRP, because all the companies that have been sitting quietly working with XRP will actually come out and discuss that they are openly working with it. So why is the SEC closed meeting tomorrow important? It says here the information for the use of agency responsible for the regulation or supervision of financial institution, which would lead to financial speculation or endanger the stability of any financial institution. What we're talking about here is we're saying that the SEC tomorrow is having a closed meeting to talk about everything, not just Ripple. They're going to be talking about everything that they've got at the moment. And I think one of the key things here that they are going to be discussing is a settlement with Ripple. Now, if you weren't bullish on an XRP Ripple settlement with the SEC, well, Gary Gensler actually came out back in 2018 and called Ripple a currency. Do you see where we're going here? I'm getting pretty excited. I got goosebumps here just making this. This is getting pretty hard. TradingView.com at the moment today have XRP on a buy signal. And from a charts point of view, let's have a look at all scenarios. Let's have a look at, all possible scenarios of where we're going, what's happening. Based on this particular chart, we would be at $200 by January 22 if we continue to follow this pattern. Now, of course, right now we're sitting where we are today, which is at $1.52 right now. We did peak at $1.78, but based on the longevity of this bullish signal chart, we would be at $200 by January. So although we are going to go to 330 and beyond in May, hold, because there is so much more to come from this particular token called XRP. And just again, it's not financial advice, but just be mindful. Don't sell too much of it. So this is what I'm thinking. This is how we're going to get to 330. We are sitting right here. We're at the tipping point. Once we break out, we're going to go for an all-time high, which will be so good to see. There are two major Google headlines that I'm looking forward to in 2021. SEC settles with XRP. XRP reaches all-time high. I cannot wait to bring you both those two. I've been waiting. From a structure point of view, is there a possibility of hitting 142 before we go to 220? Yes, I do want to mention that. As you know on the channel, I do bring it to you straight. It's not lollipops, sunshine, rainbows, and horoscopes and all that. It is actually factual information. So could we see one more time 142 before we go to 220? Yes, that could happen. I don't think so, but that is a possibility that I do want to mention to you. So this is right about now, this is exactly what we're forming. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. I think this is more likely to happen. I think we push to 178, we're retesting at around 150, maybe even drop to 148, 149, push to 220 really, really fast, retrace to 2, and then go to 260 and beyond. This for me is the one that is most likely to happen. That's the one that I think we're going to go for, and that's how I see it happening. With the cup and handle that has currently formed, we are so bullish right now that $5.60 is not out of the question in the short term. We're talking about short term today. We're not talking about the long term big picture. As I mentioned throughout the weekend, we will be talking about Flare and how Flare will drive the entire XRP ecosystem into overdrive. Once again, if you did learn something new today, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Super excited. Let's go get it. The all-time high is just around the corner.